Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Young and the Restless. Everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Young and Restless Judgment Day. Victoria's about to learn that payback's a bitch, but not from the person you'd expect. Wow! Young and Restless's Victoria hit a new level of ruthlessness recently when she steamrolled over her brother Nick at Newman Enterprises. Suffice it to say that the Queen of Freeze, as at least one fan has taken to calling her, is due for a comeuppance. Her day of reckoning, however, may not play out as one would assume. Young and Restless, Sharon moves on. What she does next may shock you. We've always known Victoria takes her role as CEO of Newman very seriously, but despite her insistence that she's only doing what's best for the company, viewers felt that her latest move was decidedly more selfish. From the moment Victoria heard that Cameron Kirsten was back in town, it seemed she began formulating a plan to capitalize on Nick's misfortune. It was the opportunity she'd been looking for to get her lover into a top-level position and keep him by her side on the daily, as if he's not been already. Victoria made noises about her fears for Sharon and Faith after learning they were in peril, but viewers took this with a grain of salt as she made them while lounging in bed with Nate, where they'd been having a sex romp in the corporate suite. While there's not much Vicky could have done to help her niece, the scenario didn't exactly scream concern. But it was what happened after that came across as so cold. Upon her return to the office, Victoria learned that Sharon and Faith had survived, but that Sally had lost her baby. Again, she expressed dismay, but one could already see the wheels turning. She had just been handed another reason to bolster her argument that Nick should take a leave of absence. Perhaps if Victoria didn't have her head buried in her single-minded agenda of putting Nate in the C-suite, she'd have stopped to see the red flag that was Nikki refusing to back her up. It's not often her mother opposes her so vehemently. Victoria was so eager to install Nate as COO that she couldn't even give Nick a day or two to decompress, but called him while he was at the hospital with Sally and pressured him to come to the office immediately to talk business. Geez. Despite Nikki insisting that Nick taking a leave would have to be his idea, Victoria ended up forcing it on her brother, who not only didn't want to take time off, but was keen to come to work so as to keep busy and get his mind off of all he'd been through. His sister, who wanted the exact same thing after Ashlyn died, refused him. Young and Restless fans were quick to comment on Victoria kicking Nick when he was down all so she could give her lover his job. Victoria is really being awful. It's so clear she didn't care about Sharon or Faith at all. Speaking of Ashlyn, it's amazing that Victoria didn't appear to learn a thing from that entire ordeal. She's letting her feelings for a man cloud her judgment and blind her to his opportunistic agenda once again. Or is she? There are some hoping that Victoria is actually playing Nate, but if that's the case, the writers are keeping their cards close to the vest. Why install him as COO if she's already on to him? More likely is that Victoria will need to learn another lesson from all of this. Many Young and Restless fans are hoping it's her father, the great Victor Newman, who will put the hammer down. Victoria just got herself fired. I don't believe Victor is going to put up with her crap over a man this time. Others believe her day of reckoning will come courtesy of Nate taking over the company, which is a fun idea, but unlikely with Victor watching over the situation. Victoria is the absolute worst. Emma need Nate to tear Victoria's world apart while taking over Northeast. No, it may not be Victor or Nate who gives Victoria her taste of soap karma. Instead, it may come from a less likely source and be fueled by revenge. Nick, having been ousted from Newman Enterprises, may decide to channel all of the pent-up feelings he has about everything that's gone down in his life recently into work after all, just not at Newman Enterprises. Nick balked at the idea of joining Adam at McCall Unlimited when their father originally suggested it, but after Victoria's distasteful power move, it may take on a media in his crosshairs, and giving Victoria a taste of her own medicine might be just what the doctor ordered for Nick right now. Speaking of doctors, Elena could bring her podcast over to McCall and finally get that JT Hellstrom interview. It might even prove to be the tipping point that helps McCall finish off Newman in the battle of the media divisions. It would be sweet revenge for Nate's ex if she could play a part in Victoria's comeuppance, after all that's been said and done. Whatever happens, Victoria is bound to learn that payback's a bitch, and not in the too distant future. What do you want to see happen in this Young and Restless storyline? Let us know in the comments section. Don't miss out on seeing Y and R and B stars in Monte Carlo in the gallery below. In the sprawling metropolis of Genoa City, where intrigue, power struggles, and family feuds dominate the landscape, no character embodies the resilience and determination quite like Victoria Newman. As the heiress to the iconic Newman Enterprises, Victoria has weathered countless storms, but little does she know, a tempest of epic proportions is about to descend upon her, orchestrated by an unlikely adversary. The stage is set for a showdown of epic proportions as Victoria Newman, the formidable CEO of Newman Enterprises, finds herself facing Judgment Day. For weeks, tensions have been simmering beneath the surface as Victoria navigates the treacherous waters of corporate politics and familial strife. But little does she know, her greatest challenge is about to come from an unexpected source. Enter Samantha Sam Davis, a mysterious newcomer with a bone to pick and a score to settle. With a steely resolve and a determination bordering on obsession, Sam sets her sights on Victoria, determined to exact revenge for a perceived injustice that has haunted her for years. As the storyline unfolds, viewers are drawn into a web of intrigue and deception as Sam's true motives come to light. Armed with insider information and a cunning strategy, she embarks on a relentless campaign to dismantle Victoria's carefully constructed empire and expose her deepest secrets to the world. But for Victoria, the threat posed by Sam is unlike anything she has ever faced before. As the attacks intensify and her world begins to crumble around her, she is forced to confront the ghosts of her past and reckon with the consequences of her actions. With her back against the wall and her reputation on the line, Victoria must dig deep to find the strength and resilience to face her adversary head-on. But as the battle rages on, she soon realizes that Sam is playing a dangerous game, one that could destroy everything she holds dear. As the tension mounts, alliances are tested and loyalties are questioned as Victoria fights to protect her family, her legacy, and her very way of life. With each passing day, the stakes grow higher, and the fate of Newman Enterprises hangs in the balance. But just when it seems like all hope is lost, Victoria discovers a shocking revelation that threatens to turn the tide in her favor. Armed with this newfound knowledge, she launches a daring counterattack against Sam, determined to reclaim her rightful place at the top of the corporate ladder. As the two women face off in a battle of wills, viewers are treated to a thrilling spectacle of cat and mouse as Victoria and Sam engage in a high-stakes game of corporate espionage and psychological warfare. With each twist and turn, the tension mounts, and the outcome hangs in the balance. But as the dust settles and the smoke clears, Victoria emerges victorious, having vanquished her adversary and reclaimed her rightful place as the Queen of Newman Enterprises. With her enemies defeated and her legacy secure, she stands tall, a testament to the indomitable spirit of a woman who refuses to be defeated. In the end, Young and Restless Judgment Day proves that payback may indeed be a bitch, but when it comes to Victoria Newman, it's a lesson best learned by her adversaries, and as she looks to the future, Victoria knows that no matter what challenges lie ahead, she will face them head-on with the same determination and resilience that have always defined her character. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching.